I thought I knew my parents. I thought I knew my life. But one simple question from my grandpa at Christmas dinner destroyed everything I believed about my family, and what I discovered next made me question if the people who raised me were actually criminals. Hey everyone, my name is Emma, and what I'm about to tell you will make you never trust your own family the same way again. 3 months ago, I was just a normal 26-year-old marketing coordinator living in Minneapolis, thinking I had the most boring, predictable life ever. Boy, was I wrong. It was December 23rd, 2024, and I was sitting at what I thought was just another family Christmas dinner in my parents' cozy house in Maple Grove, Minnesota. My mom, Carol, had outdone herself with the decorations, twinkling lights everywhere, the smell of her famous honey-glazed ham filling the air, and Bing Crosby playing softly in the background. Everything seemed perfect. My whole family was there. My parents, my older brother Tyler with his wife Hannah, and my sweet Grandpa Joe. Grandpa Joe is this adorable 78-year-old man who's been our family's rock since Grandma passed. He always wears his lucky Cardinals baseball cap and has these twinkling blue eyes that make you feel like everything's gonna be okay. We were all laughing, sharing stories, and honestly, it felt like the most normal Christmas gathering ever. I had just finished my second helping of Mom's green bean casserole when Grandpa Joe turned to me with that warm smile of his and asked the question that would completely destroy my world. "So, Emma, honey, how's life in the new house?" I literally froze with my fork halfway to my mouth. The room went dead silent, like you could hear a pin drop. My mom's face went white as a sheet, and my dad, oh my God, my dad, he looked like he was about to throw up right there at the dinner table. "What new house?" I managed to whisper, my voice barely audible. Grandpa Joe's smile faltered, and he looked around the table confused. "The house your parents bought you for your birthday last month? The one in Adena? You know, the one they said you love so much?" Y'all, I swear, I thought I was having some kind of breakdown. I live in a tiny studio apartment in Minneapolis that I can barely afford. I drive a 2018 Honda Civic that's held together with duct tape and prayers. The most expensive thing my parents ever bought me was a $200 Target gift card for Christmas 2 years ago. But here's the thing that really made my blood run cold. My parents weren't denying it. They were just sitting there, staring at each other with these guilty, panicked expressions that I'd never seen before in my entire life. "Mom?" I said, my voice shaking. "Dad? What house is Grandpa talking about?" My mom started stuttering. "Well, sweetie, we were going to tell you." "Tell me what?" I practically yelled, not caring that I was ruining Christmas dinner. That's when my dad dropped the bombshell that would change everything. "Emma, there are some things about our family that we haven't been completely honest about." I felt like the floor was falling out from under me. 26 years of my life, and suddenly I'm finding out my parents have been lying to me about God knows what. But wait, it gets so much worse. And I mean buckle up, because what happened next made me realize that everything I thought I knew about my family was a complete lie. If this story is as crazy as I think it is, please hit that like button and comment down below where you're watching from. I need to know I'm not going insane here. And definitely subscribe, because this is just the beginning of the most insane family drama you've ever heard. After that awkward silence that felt like it lasted forever, my dad, his name is Robert, by the way, he cleared his throat and said, "Emma, maybe we should talk about this privately." "Oh, hell no," I shot back, and I could see Hannah covering her mouth in shock. I never curse in front of my family, but I was beyond caring about manners at this point. "You're not taking me aside like I'm some kind of child. Whatever you need to tell me, you can say it right here, right now." Tyler, my brother, he was just sitting there looking as confused as I felt. "Dad, what's going on? What house?" My mom, Carol, started crying, like actual tears streaming down her face. She reached across the table and grabbed my hand. "Sweetheart, we wanted to tell you, but we didn't know how." "Tell me what?" I was practically screaming now. My dad took a deep breath and said, "Emma, your mother and I, we're not exactly who you think we are." I felt like I was in some kind of twilight zone. "What do you mean you're not who I think you are? You're my parents." "We are your parents," my mom said quickly. "We love you more than anything in this world. But we haven't been honest about our financial situation." Grandpa Joe was just sitting there, looking back and forth between all of us like he was watching a tennis match. "Did I say something wrong?" he asked quietly. "No, Dad," my mom said to Grandpa Joe. "You didn't do anything wrong. We did." That's when my dad dropped the second bomb. Emma, your mother and I, we're millionaires. We have been for years. I literally laughed out loud, like a crazy, hysterical laugh. What? Are you kidding me right now? You're millionaires? Dad, you drive a 2015 Toyota Camry. Mom, you shop at Walmart. We do that on purpose, my mom said, wiping her eyes. We wanted to give you and Tyler normal childhoods. We didn't want you to grow up spoiled or entitled. So instead, you let me struggle through college taking out student loans. You let me live in that crappy studio apartment where the heat barely works. You watched me eat ramen noodles for dinner 3 nights a week because I couldn't afford groceries. The anger was building up inside me like a volcano about to explode. Tyler was just staring at them with his mouth hanging open. We've been putting money aside for you, my dad said. We bought you that house in Edina. It's in your name. We've been paying for everything. The mortgage, the utilities, the property taxes. We even furnished it. We told your grandfather about it because we were so excited, my mom added. We thought you'd love it. It's got 3 bedrooms, a beautiful kitchen, a 2-car garage. And you just bought me a house without telling me? We have trust funds set up for both you and Tyler, my dad continued. Each of you has access to $2 million when you turn 30. But we wanted to surprise you with the house early because we thought you'd be happy. I felt like I was going to throw up. How long have you been lying to me? We are not lying, my mom said. We withheld some information. That's the same thing as lying. Tyler finally found his voice. Wait, hold up. You're telling me we're rich? Like actually rich? Your father owns 3 successful businesses, my mom said. The landscaping company you think pays our bills, that's just one of them. He also owns a commercial real estate firm and a tech startup. I was processing this information, and it was making me feel sick. So while I've been stressing about money, losing sleep over bills, you've been, what? Playing poor people. We wanted you to understand the value of hard work, my dad said. We wanted you to be independent and strong. By lying to me my entire life, the room went quiet again. Hannah was holding Tyler's hand, and they both looked shell-shocked. Grandpa Joe was just shaking his head. There's more, my mom said quietly. More? I could barely get the word out. The house isn't the only thing we've done. We've been taking care of a lot of your expenses without you knowing. What do you mean? Your student loans? We paid them off 2 years ago. Your car payments? We've been covering those too. Even your rent. We've been sending money to your landlord. I felt like the world was spinning. Everything I thought I knew about my independence, my struggles, my accomplishments, it was all a lie. So I'm not actually a strong, independent woman who's making it on her own. I'm just a charity case being funded by my parents. That's not true, my dad said. Isn't it? I stood up from the table, my legs shaking. You've been controlling my entire life without me even knowing it. You've been playing puppet master while I thought I was living my own life. And then it hit me. The real kicker that made everything 10 times worse. If they were lying about this, what else were they lying about? I was pacing around my parents' living room like a caged animal. My whole family was watching me like I was about to have a complete mental breakdown. And honestly, I probably was. Okay, I said, stopping in front of the fireplace where all our happy family photos were displayed. If you've been lying about money, what else have you been lying about? My parents exchanged another one of those looks. You know, the kind that says they're having a whole conversation without words. And that's when I knew there was definitely more. Emma, sweetheart, maybe you should sit down, my mom said. No, I'm good right here. Talk. My dad rubbed his forehead like he had a massive headache. There's something else we need to tell you about your adoption. My what now? I literally felt my knees buckle. Tyler jumped up to catch me, but I waved him off. Did you just say adoption? Oh my God, Tyler whispered. Mom, Dad, what the hell? My mom was crying again. We were going to tell you when you were older, but then years kept passing and it never seemed like the right time. I'm 26 years old, I screamed. When exactly was the right time gonna be? At my wedding? When I have kids of my own? Grandpa Joe stood up from his chair. I think I should go home. No, Grandpa, stay, I said firmly. I want to hear this. I want to hear all of it. My dad took a deep breath. Emma, we adopted you when you were 6 months old. Your birth mother was very young, and she wasn't able to take care of you. Who is she? I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. Her name is Rebecca Sullivan. She was 17 when she had you. Was? Is she dead? No, my mom said quickly. She's alive. She lives in Chicago. And you never told me this because we didn't want you to feel different, my dad said. We wanted you to feel like you were completely ours. I laughed bitterly. Well, congratulations, because I felt like I was completely yours right up until about 20 minutes ago. Emma, we are your parents, my mom said. We raised you. We love you. Nothing changes that. Everything changes that. I was yelling again. My entire identity is a lie. I don't even know who I am anymore. Tyler was still standing there looking stunned. Are you telling me Emma and I aren't actually related? You're adopted siblings, my dad said. You're still family, but not blood family, I said. Not real family. Don't you ever say that, my mom said firmly. You are our daughter. Tyler is your brother. This family is real. Is Tyler adopted too? I asked. No, my dad said. Tyler is our biological son. And there it was, the final piece of the puzzle that made everything make sense. Tyler was the real child, and I was just, what, a charity case they took in? So let me get this straight, I said, my voice dangerously calm. You're rich. You've been lying about money my entire life. I'm adopted, and Tyler is your actual kid. Anything else you want to drop on me tonight? Maybe I have a twin sister somewhere? Maybe I'm actually an alien? Emma, don't be sarcastic, my mom said. I'll be whatever I want to be, I exploded. You don't get to tell me how to react to finding out my entire life is a lie. Hannah, who had been quiet this whole time, finally spoke up. Maybe we should all take a break and process this. No, I said. I want to know everything. Right now. No more secrets. No more lies. Everything. My parents looked at each other again, and I could see they were still holding something back. What? I demanded. What else? There's something about your birth mother, my dad said slowly. Something about why she gave you up. What about her? She didn't just give you up because she was young, my mom said. She gave you up because she was in trouble. What kind of trouble? The kind of trouble that could have put you in danger. I felt like I was going to pass out. Are you saying my birth mother is dangerous? We don't know, my dad said. That's why we never told you about her. That's why we've been so protective. Protective? I laughed hysterically. You call lying to me for 26 years protective? We were trying to keep you safe, my mom said. From what? From people who might want to hurt you. And that's when I realized this story was about to get a whole lot more complicated. I sat down hard on the couch, feeling like my legs wouldn't hold me up anymore. People who might want to hurt me? What are you talking about? My dad looked around the room like he was checking for spies or something. Emma, your birth mother. She was involved with some very dangerous people. What kind of dangerous people? The kind you don't want to know about, my mom said. Too bad, because I'm asking. Tyler sat down next to me and grabbed my hand. Emma, maybe we should— No! I pulled my hand away. I'm done with people protecting me from the truth. I want to know everything. My dad sighed heavily. Rebecca Sullivan was dating a man named Marcus Chen. He was involved in some illegal activities. What kind of illegal activities? Money laundering, drug trafficking, things that could get people killed. I felt like I was in some kind of movie. Are you telling me my birth father is a criminal? We don't know if Marcus is your biological father, my mom said. Rebecca never told us for sure. But there's a chance. There's a chance, my dad admitted. And you think these people might still be looking for me? We don't know. That's why we've been so careful. That's why we've kept you close. Why we've been taking care of you financially. We wanted to make sure you were safe. I was processing this information, and it was making me feel sick all over again. So not only am I adopted, but I might be the daughter of some criminal, or you might not be, my mom said. We may never know. Have you been in contact with Rebecca? My parents exchanged another look. Yes, my dad said finally. What? You've been talking to my birth mother? She reaches out sometimes, my mom said. She wants to know how you're doing. And you never told me? We were protecting you. Stop saying that. I jumped up from the couch. You weren't protecting me. You were controlling me. You've been making decisions about my life without me knowing. We had to, my dad said. You don't understand the kind of people we're dealing with. Then explain it to me. 3 years ago, Rebecca called us, my mom said. She said Marcus had been asking about you. She said he wanted to meet you. And what did you tell her? We told her absolutely not. We told her to never contact us again. But she did contact you again. She calls every few months. She says she just wants to know that you're okay. I felt like I was going to throw up. And you've been lying to her too? We've been protecting all of us, my dad said. Have you ever thought that maybe I should have a say in this? Maybe I should get to decide if I want to meet my birth mother? Emma, you don't understand, my mom said. These people are dangerous. If they know where you are, if they know who you are, they could hurt you. They could hurt all of us. What exactly do they want from me? We don't know, my dad said. Maybe nothing. Maybe everything. Tyler was looking back and forth between all of us like he was watching a tennis match. This is insane. Our family is involved with criminals? Our family isn't involved with anything, my mom said firmly. We're just trying to protect Emma. By lying to her for 26 years? By keeping her safe. I was pacing again. So let me get this straight. I'm adopted. I'm rich. My birth mother is in contact with you. And my maybe father is a criminal. Anything else? Grandpa Joe, who had been quiet through all of this, finally spoke up. There's something else you should know. We all turned to look at him. What, Grandpa? That house in Adina? It's not just a house. It's a safe house. What do you mean? I asked. It's got a security system like nothing you've ever seen. Cameras, alarms, panic rooms. Your parents had it built specifically to keep you safe. I felt like I was going to collapse. You built me a fortress? We built you a home, my dad said. A safe home. And you were just going to let me live there without knowing any of this? Without knowing that I might be in danger? We hoped you'd never have to know, my mom said. Well, congratulations, because now I know everything, and I have no idea what to do with any of it. That's when my phone rang. I almost didn't answer it, but I saw it was my best friend Katie calling, probably to wish me Merry Christmas. Hey, Katie, I said, trying to sound normal. Emma, oh my God, are you okay? There's been a man asking about you at your apartment building. Your landlord called me because he was worried. My blood ran cold. What man? He said he was your uncle or something. He was asking which apartment was yours, asking about your schedule. I looked at my parents, and the color had drained from their faces. Katie, I need you to get away from my building. Right now. Emma, you're scaring me. What's going on? I can't explain right now, but please, just get somewhere safe. I hung up the phone and looked at my family. Someone's been asking about me, and that's when I realized my parents' worst fears were about to come true. The room erupted into chaos. My mom started crying hysterically. My dad was on his phone calling someone, and Tyler was trying to get more information from me about the man at my apartment. Katie said he told the landlord he was my uncle, I said, my voice shaking. But I don't have any uncles. It's Marcus, my dad said, hanging up his phone. It has to be. How do you know? Because Rebecca called us last week. She said Marcus had been asking about you again, and she was worried he might try to find you. And you didn't think to tell me this? We didn't want to scare you unnecessarily, my mom said. Well, I'm scared now. My dad was dialing another number. I'm calling the security company. We need to get you to the safe house immediately. I'm not going anywhere until someone explains to me what's really going on. Emma, there's no time, my dad said. We need to move now. No, I stood my ground. I want to know why this man is looking for me. What does he want? Grandpa Joe stood up from his chair. I think it's time you knew the whole truth. Dad, no, my mom said. She has a right to know, Grandpa Joe said firmly. Especially now. Know what? I demanded. Your birth mother didn't just date Marcus Chen, Grandpa Joe said. She stole something from him. Something valuable. What did she steal? Money. A lot of money. And she hid it before she gave you up for adoption. I felt like the world was spinning. What does that have to do with me? Marcus thinks she told you where it is, my dad said. He thinks she left you clues or information. But I was 6 months old. How could she have told me anything? He doesn't know that, my mom said. He thinks maybe she left you something, or told your parents something. So he's been looking for me for 26 years? On and off, my dad said. But recently he's been more persistent. Why recently? Because he's dying, Grandpa Joe said. And he wants to get that money before he goes. I sat down hard on the couch. This is insane. This can't be my life. It is your life, my dad said. And we need to keep you safe. Where's Rebecca now? She's in hiding, my mom said. She's been in hiding for years. Can you contact her? Why would you want to contact her? My dad asked. Because I want to know what she stole, and I want to know where it is. If I can give Marcus his money, maybe he'll leave me alone. Emma, no, my mom said. It's too dangerous. I'm already in danger. At least if I know the truth, I can do something about it. My dad's phone rang. He answered it and spoke in hushed tones for a few minutes before hanging up. The security company is sending a team to your apartment. They'll sweep it for any surveillance devices and make sure it's secure. I'm not going back there, I said. Not until this is over. Then you'll come to the safe house, my mom said. We'll all go, Tyler said. Right, Hannah? Hannah nodded. Of course, we're family. No, I said. I'm not putting all of you in danger because of my problems. These aren't your problems, my dad said. These are our problems. We're a family, and we stick together. But I'm not really family, am I? I said bitterly. I'm just the adopted kid who brought danger to your door. Don't you ever say that again, my mom said fiercely. You are our daughter. You are Tyler's sister. Nothing will ever change that. She's right, Tyler said. You're stuck with us, whether you like it or not. Despite everything, I felt a small smile tug at my lips. Even if I might be the daughter of a criminal? Especially then, Tyler said. Someone's got to keep you out of trouble. Too late for that, I said. My dad's phone rang again. This time, when he answered, his face went pale. What is it? My mom asked. Marcus isn't alone, my dad said. He's got people with him, and they're not just looking for Emma. What do you mean? They've been watching our house. They know about Tyler. They know about all of us. The reality hit me like a truck. This is all my fault. I brought this danger to your family. No, my mom said firmly. We brought this danger when we decided to love you, and we'd do it again in a heartbeat. We need to go, my dad said. Now. Wait, I said. I want to call Rebecca. I want to talk to her before we go into hiding. Emma, that's not safe, my dad said. Nothing about this is safe, but I need to know what I'm dealing with. If you're going to call her, we do it from the safe house, my mom said. Not here. Fine, but I'm calling her tonight. Agreed, my dad said. As we were gathering our things to leave, I couldn't help but think about how much my life had changed in just a few hours. This morning, I was just Emma, the struggling marketing coordinator. Now I was Emma, the adopted daughter of millionaires who might be the target of dangerous criminals. But you know what? For the first time in my life, I felt like I was about to find out who I really was, and I was ready to fight for it. The safe house was like something out of a movie. It was this gorgeous 3-bedroom home in Edina, with hardwood floors, granite countertops, and a view of a beautiful lake. But what really struck me were the security features. Cameras everywhere, reinforced doors, bulletproof windows, and a panic room that looked like it belonged in a spy thriller. You really built me a fortress, I said to my parents as we walked through the house. We wanted to make sure you'd be safe, my mom said, even if you never knew why. It's beautiful, Hannah said, looking around, but also kind of terrifying. Welcome to my life, I said. Tyler was checking out the security system. This is some serious stuff, Dad. How much did this cost? It doesn't matter, my dad said. Nothing matters except keeping Emma safe, and keeping all of us safe, I added. Because apparently, I've put everyone in danger. Emma, stop, my mom said. You haven't done anything wrong, haven't I? I exist. That's apparently enough to put everyone at risk. Don't talk like that, Tyler said. You're not responsible for any of this, aren't I? If I hadn't been born, if Rebecca hadn't had me, none of this would be happening. And if you hadn't been born, our family wouldn't be complete, my dad said. We'd rather face danger with you than be safe without you. I felt tears welling up in my eyes. I don't deserve you guys. Yes, you do, my mom said, pulling me into a hug. You deserve all the love in the world. After we got settled in, I sat down at the kitchen table with my parents. Okay, I want to call Rebecca. I want to know what she stole and where it is. Emma, are you sure about this? My dad asked. I'm sure. I need to know the truth. My mom pulled out her phone and scrolled through her contacts. Here's her number. But Emma, be careful what you say. We don't know if her phone is being monitored. By who? By Marcus. By law enforcement. By anyone. I took the phone and dialed Rebecca's number. My heart was pounding as it rang. Hello? The voice was soft, with a slight Midwestern accent. Rebecca, this is Emma. There was a long pause. Emma? Oh my God, is it really you? Yes, it's me. I can't believe it. I've dreamed about this moment for so long. How are you? Are you okay? I'm okay, but I need to ask you about Marcus. Another pause. How do you know about Marcus? He's looking for me. He's been asking questions about me. Oh no. Oh God, Emma, I'm so sorry. I never wanted this to happen. What did you steal from him? How do you know about that? Because my parents told me. They told me everything. That I'm adopted. That you were involved with dangerous people. That you stole money from Marcus. I could hear her crying on the other end of the line. I was so young, Emma. I was 17, and I was scared, and I made terrible choices. What did you take? Marcus was using me to move money. He would give me these bags, and I would take them to different places. I thought it was just business stuff, but it wasn't. It was drug money. Millions of dollars. And one day I realized what I was doing, and I got scared. So I took one of the bags and ran. How much money? $5 million. I felt like I was going to pass out. $5 million? I was going to give it back, but then I found out I was pregnant with you, and I realized I couldn't go back to that life. I couldn't raise a baby around those people. So you kept the money? I hid it. I was going to use it to make a better life for us. But then I realized I couldn't take care of you. I was too young, too scared, and those people were looking for me. Where did you hide it? I can't tell you that over the phone. Rebecca, I need to know. Marcus is getting desperate. He's not just looking for me anymore. He's threatening my family. Your family? My adoptive family. The people who raised me. They're in danger because of me. Emma, I'm so sorry. I never wanted any of this to happen. Then help me fix it. Tell me where the money is, and I'll give it back to him. It's not that simple. Why not? Because I don't have it anymore. What do you mean? I used it. Over the years, I used it to stay hidden, to stay safe. There's maybe $1 million left. Where? It's in a safety deposit box in Chicago. But Emma, even if you give him what's left, he won't stop. He's too angry, and he's been looking for too long. Then what do? You run. You disappear. You become someone else. I can't do that. I have a life here. I have a family. Then you fight. But Emma, if you fight, people are going to get hurt. People are already getting hurt. I know, and it's all my fault. No, it's not. You were 17 and scared. You made the best choices you could. I should have given you up sooner. I should have made sure you were safe before I disappeared. You did make sure I was safe. You gave me to parents who love me. But they're in danger now because of my choices. Then let's fix it. Together. Emma, I can't. I've been running for 26 years. I'm tired. Then don't run anymore. Come here. Help me end this. If I come there, I'll be putting you in more danger. I'm already in danger. At least if you're here, we can face it together. There was a long pause. Emma, are you sure? I'm sure. I want to meet you. I want to know my birth mother. And I want to end this once and for all. Okay, I'll come. But Emma, you need to know something. What? Marcus isn't the only one looking for you. There are others. People who think you know where all the money is. How many others? I don't know. But Emma, once this starts, there's no going back. I understand. Do you? Because once you're in this world, you can't get out. You'll always be looking over your shoulder. I'm already looking over my shoulder. At least this way. I'll know why. Okay? I'll be there tomorrow. Rebecca? Yes? Thank you. For giving me up. For giving me a chance at a normal life. You're welcome, sweetheart. And Emma? I love you. I've always loved you. I love you too. I hung up the phone and looked at my parents. She's coming here tomorrow. Emma, are you sure about this? My mom asked. I'm sure. It's time to end this. But as I said those words, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was about to walk into something much bigger and more dangerous than I could have ever imagined. Rebecca arrived at the safe house the next morning, and I have to tell you, seeing her for the first time was surreal. She looked exactly like me, but older. Same blonde hair, same green eyes, same stubborn chin. It was like looking at a preview of myself in 20 years. Emma, she said, her voice breaking as she saw me. Rebecca, I replied, not sure what else to say. She stood in the doorway for a moment, just looking at me. You're so beautiful. You look just like your grandmother. My grandmother? My mother. She died when I was 16, right before I met Marcus. My parents, Carol and Robert, were watching this reunion with a mixture of emotions. I could see the love in their eyes, but also the fear. They were scared of losing me, scared of what this meeting might bring. Come in, I said. We have a lot to talk about. Rebecca sat down at the kitchen table, and I noticed her hands were shaking. I'm so nervous, she said. I've dreamed about this moment for so long, but I never thought it would be under these circumstances. Tell me about Marcus, I said. I need to know what we're really dealing with. Marcus Chen he's not a forgiving man. When I took that money, I didn't just steal from him. I humiliated him. In his world, that's worse than stealing. What's his world exactly? He runs a network of businesses, restaurants, laundromats, import-export companies. On the surface, they look legitimate, but underneath, it's all money laundering for drug cartels. And you were part of that? I was 17 and stupid. I thought he loved me. I thought I was special. She laughed bitterly. I was just another mule, moving dirty money from place to place, until you decided to take some of it. I found out I was pregnant, and I realized I didn't want my baby growing up around that life. So I took one bag, just one, and disappeared. But he's been looking for you ever since. Not constantly. He'd have periods where he'd actively search, then he'd give up for a while. But about 6 months ago, something changed. What changed? His business partner died, a man named Vincent Torres. And apparently, before Vincent died, he told Marcus that the money I took was more than just $5 million. I felt my stomach drop. What do you mean? Vincent told Marcus that the bag I took contained information. Account numbers, passwords, contacts. Information that could bring down Marcus's entire operation. Did it? Rebecca looked down at her hands. Yes. And do you still have it? Emma, there's something I need to tell you. Something I've never told anyone. What? I didn't just hide the money. I hid it with someone. Someone I trusted. Who? Your adoptive parents. The room went dead silent. I turned to look at Carol and Robert, and the expressions on their faces told me everything I needed to know. You knew? I whispered. Emma, my dad started. You knew where the money was this whole time? We were protecting you, my mom said. By lying to me? Again? We didn't have a choice, my dad said. Rebecca came to us when you were a baby. She told us everything. She gave us the money and the information, and she asked us to keep it safe until you were old enough to decide what to do with it. So you've had $5 million sitting somewhere for 26 years? Not exactly, Rebecca said. We used some of it to set up your trust fund. The house, your education, your living expenses, that was all paid for with that money. I felt like I was going to be sick. So I've been living off dirty money my entire life? We cleaned it, my dad said. We invested it legitimately. We paid taxes on it. By now it's completely legal. But it started as drug money. Yes, my mom said quietly. It did. And the information? We still have it, my dad said. We've been keeping it as insurance in case Marcus ever found you. What kind of information? Bank account numbers for every major operation Marcus runs. Names of his associates, law enforcement contacts, judges who are on his payroll. Everything. That's why he's so desperate to find me, Rebecca said. He doesn't just want his money back. He wants that information. Because if it ever gets out, he's finished. So we have leverage, I said. We have a target on our backs, my mom corrected. That's when we heard the sound of cars pulling up outside. Multiple cars. My dad immediately went to the security monitor. 3 black SUVs, at least 6 men. It's him, Rebecca said, her face going pale. It's Marcus. How did he find us? I asked. I don't know, but we need to get out of here. Now. My dad was already on his phone. Security company? We have a situation at the Adina house. Multiple hostiles approaching. Emma,